Hello, greetings. Sup? welcome. You guys ready to get spooked? Oh shit, hold on. Shit. Yeah, it might help if I took the camera lens off, huh? Oh, goodness gracious. How we doing, guys? Oh, welcome to Spooky Sunday. Yeah. We're gonna watch some spooky videos, and then maybe we'll play, some spooky game. Maybe I'll, try to continue, Resident Evil 7. Yeah. Oh, and that would be my food. Okay, then. Let me go get my food real quick.
All right, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough to fill my heart.
Okay. That's cooling off. Because they are hot. Okay. You know me, I've never really been good at just chatting unless I actually had something to say, like announcement or something. I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, excuse me. We're gonna go ahead and get into these videos. Alright. Stop the music. Oh, where's my OBS? Get into the video. Uh-oh. Hang on, gotta change my background, of course. Background. Green screen. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Now we are going to start off with a video that came out a while back, but it was while my laptop was on the fritz. So I couldn't immediately watch it, but it is... No, I don't want to clear it. I want to... There we go. Tats Top Videos. Top 16 Horror Anomaly Games. Hang on, let me recalibrate. Okay, maybe that's better. Better? Yeah, I'm not like looking over that way so much. Okay. Now let's get this done.
This video contains flashing lights, unsettling content, violent content, jump scares, and sudden loud noises. It is also not suitable for viewers who suffer from arachnophobia, bathmophobia, entomophobia, sidrodromophobia, and tomophobia. Viewer discretion advised.
I don't know what half of those mean. Hang on, let me, hang on. I know what, of course we all know what arachnophobia is. What is bathmophobia? Let me look that up. Bathmophobia. Oh, stairs. Falling down the stairs or steep inclines. Okay. Fair. Like, really, yeah. Okay, I get that. What's the other one? Yeah, hey, Remio, I see you, man. And I see you're, waiting for the bad messages. Good. Entomophobia, I think that's something to do with, like, an insect or something. Yeah, okay, I was right on that one. That's insects. Of, like, any kind. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What's the next one? Siderodromoph. That's a long one. Oh, there it is. Oh, like trains and subways. Okay. Now, what's tomophobia? Medical fears. Okay. Like medical procedures and stuff. Okay, now that we're up to speed on the phobias, if any of you guys have any of those, be warned. Okay? Alright, here we go.
Anomaly Games take the mundane and turn it into our personal living hell.
Showing us everyday locations loaded with supernatural influences beyond our comprehension.
Corrupting and twisting things to make us question if any of what we see is true anymore.
So join us as we venture our way through
What
the
was
top
that?
16
I did not
horror
like that.
Anomaly games.
How do I get rid of that animation? I don't want that animation.
Atta, spot the oddities in a strange hotel. The Despa Hotel has become the focal point of some strange things going on in its halls. As part of the Paranormal Investigation Consortium, you are tasked with unveiling this mystery since the cops were useless at the task. Despite this unnerving premise, the game has a slightly more playful and cartoon style to it, including having a pointing hand that looks like Mickey Mouse's glove. This may distract from the horror tone at times, but the experience is not ruined by this choice of style. You still feel the unease as a new floor opens up, wondering what horrors await you. After stepping out of room 1028, you must make your way through the different floors, locating and counting up anomalies as you
Johnny,
go,
that was me.
putting in your count at the floor elevator. Things as simple as distorted or missing objects like
I made my dog
paintings
think.
and lamps. This can escalate to more dangerous
Anyways, I made my
things.
dog think there was
Sounds
somebody
like
outside.
whatever is going on here is far more
Yelling at
dangerous
pets, don't
than you
worry
can
about
have
it.
possibly imagined as the halls
Bees!
become flooded
Oh,
and a large
blood!
night creature chases you. Don't worry though, if you should fall to the horrors of the hotel, you will awaken once more at room 1028, ready to
And you
try
start
again,
all over again.
forever and ever in eternal torment.
Oh no, a train! I'd have a fear of that train almost running me over, sure.
Shift 87. Here we have an anomaly game that is left to interpretation of its name. Shift 87 has the player going through 3 levels: office, factory, and convenience store, with a whopping 22 anomalies in each, all generated at random.
Oh! Reporting anomaly.
This game, from the developer Pixel Split, has a
It's
caution
kinda
on
like,
Steam page.
That's kind of making me think of, because of the little gun that said reporting anomaly. It's like, I'm on observation duty, but like in a 3D environment where you can move around it.
Stating, quote,
Instead of just watching cameras.
excessive levels of adrenaline, noradrenaline, or cortisol can result in permanent damage, end quote. So staying calm is recommended. Mistakes of any kind will result in a full reset of your loop in which the anomalies occur. Playthroughs on average clock in at 2 to 3 hours, with plenty of good scares in store. You are never given much details on why you're doing this, but the voice just tells you to record all anomalies you can identify. At the start, you are given a red machine to help scan and track anomalies. Keep in mind, you must explore the levels 6 times and record all anomalies to progress. The built-in counter ranges from 0 to 6, each time you pass successfully in a level before you truly move on to the next. There is no combat here, nor gratuitous violence, but that doesn't hurt the gameplay experience. What helps is how the ambience and the anomalies play out. It could be subtle changes like walls going from bricks to metal, to even items duplicating. In others, it can range from red eyes looking at you, to what appears to be large spikes at random areas. You can even hear voices, or the crying of a woman, or other refined horrors to boggle the mind.
Squinting your eyes at.
With the random number generator being a factor for what anomalies are in the loop, you will be left wondering what Shift 87 could possibly throw at you next. Project 13.
And 13 is, well, for in the West
Project
anyways, that's
13
the
is a
unlucky
horror
number.
anomaly game that takes place in a mental asylum called the Psych Ward, home to the titular group, Project 13. You play as a man simply known as the Probent, a person who was captured by this group and is now enslaved by them to detect any anomalies in a constantly looping corridor. There are 35 anomalies that can potentially occur each time you walk through the corridor. Some are subtle and require having a keen eye for even the most mundane of details, while others are practically impossible to miss. These anomalies can include, but are not limited to, the vending machine having nothing but rat soda, some of the posters and paintings turning into more disturbing versions of themselves, and a disembodied leg in the fire extinguisher case. Even the old man that walks along the hallway you are trapped in can be the subject of anomalies, such as having red eyes, walking faster than normal, or even acting like a zombie. While most of these anomalies can't really do anything to you, there are 3 that can actually kill you. The first is the aforementioned zombie man. The second is a skeleton emerging from a bloody pool
Thank you,
in the
Remio.
ceiling.
Good job. Banish them to the Shadow Realm. Spooky, scary skeleton!
And the third involves the room being pitch black with green slime on the floor while you are stalked by some kind of entity with white eyes. Once you get to the end of the hall, you can report on whatever anomaly you encountered. But if you screw up and report the wrong anomaly, you will be forced to start the cycle all over again. Thankfully, you only need to go through 13 walks without getting killed or getting an anomaly wrong, so make sure to keep your cool, pay attention to your surroundings, and you just might find yourself out of this cursed ward.
There we go, I fixed my chat box. I was wondering why it wasn't showing up. There we go. Fix the chat box, guys. Now you can see it.
Japan Stigmatized Property.
Well, what can that
Welcome
mean?
to Japan Stigmatized Property, a company that monitors a number of haunted locations to keep watch for anomalies. As a surveillance officer, you need to report any anomalies so they can be fixed up and the site maintained. Your hours are from midnight to 5 a.m., during which you have control of a number of cameras to monitor different areas of your selected location. Should something change or be out of the norm, report it correctly to have the anomaly fixed and the room restored. The locations that you can observe are all real-world locations using
Yes, I
real
see you
pictures
deleted
to
it. Good
add to
job.
the authenticity and immersion. These areas include the Inunaki Tunnel, Aokigahara Forest, and the Himuro Mansion.
Oh my god.
Everything
That
feels
looks-
so
is
real,
that-
just as immersive, and just as scary when it all goes wrong.
Bitch! Ooh, bitch!
The kind of anomalies you can
That looks
expect to
so-
find can be minor.
Okay, so is this like made in Unity or I can't remember if she said. Cause that looks real. I mean, I can kind of tell it is computer generated, but it's like close enough that you could mistake it for being real.
Changes like moving objects, disappearing objects, or new objects appearing. Things can escalate to picture distortions, camera malfunctions, floating orbs, and flickering lights. The more extreme anomalies take the form of spirits, human figures, and bloody messes on the walls. To make things worse, some of these can only be seen
hell
through
is
night
that?
vision, making
Get
it
out of the
difficult to
camera.
spot any irregularities.
Oh, there's a leg!
Make too many mistakes or miss too many anomalies, then the game is over and you can consider yourself suspended by the company. What does
Aw.
this mean for everyone else? Well, who can say just how bad things could get when the paranormal gets out of control?
Woohoo, bitch! Ooh! Ooh. Damn that. I don't know. It'd be interesting to try, but I don't know how intense the scares get. I do have anxiety issues, you know, guys. I take meds for it.
Caught on camera.
No, I didn't actually see
Caught
the
on
bad
camera
message.
tasks you with monitoring
but,
security cameras for anomalies
it's
in a
probably
selection
spam.
of different
It's always
locations to
spam.
choose from.
So, yeah, thanks for
If
taking care of
anything
it.
is wrong, then you need to report it to have it sorted out, ensuring you keep on top of things until your shift ends at 6 AM. That might sound very easy at first, but the anomalies will force you to pay close attention to catch them. Objects
Excuse
will
me.
disappear. A chair stretches wider than it should. Windows yawn open on their own. Ovens
Oh!
creak. Paintings
You better get your
twist,
ass back down.
and
I saw
light
that.
bends unnaturally. Sometimes
Oh, there's
the
something in the
changes
closet.
are too easy to spot and report, while some are hard to notice, and you will begin to question if you've lost track of reality. There's no soundtrack to soften the empty silence besides the whine of static and the hum of the camera feed. There are other anomalies you'll run into, like intruders.
Boy, I'm on observation duty. Actually, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know which one came first, but there's a lot of games that are doing that same formula. And I see, look right there. I see them eyes. I see you looking at me, bitch.
That are faceless figures, or silhouettes that twitch unnaturally, their glowing white eyes fixed on the
Oh,
camera,
see, there
or
he is
simply
again.
stand, waiting for you to acknowledge them.
Fixing.
You will also have the anomalies that can't be explained,
Oh.
the ones marked only as other, sudden glitches in the feed, visual warps, distortions that suggest the cameras themselves are under attack.
There's somebody there.
The game itself doesn't forgive your mistakes. If you have many anomalies at once, the game is over. This might be the hardest anomaly video game, not because of how fast it moves, but because of how much it demands you pay attention. Whether you survived or failed, there is one thing that will stay with you: the creeping fear that the next time you glance at your own place, you don't notice something out of place or something that shouldn't be there.
Oof. So that one's less forgiving than some other ones.
Dream Cage.
Guys, new Johnny Cage movie just dropped.
Dream Cage draws its inspiration from real interviews with people who have experienced sleep paralysis, translating their waking nightmares into something tangible and terrifying. Inside a dimly lit apartment, you step into the life of Robert, a man in his 50s whose world is slowly unraveling. Early Alzheimer's and years of sleepless nights have left him trapped in a fragile space between memory
early
and dream,
Alzheimer's, that's
reality,
sad.
and hallucination. His apartment should be a place of rest, but instead it has become a stage where the ordinary twists into the uncanny. Shadows linger too long, lights flicker with intent, and the silence itself begins to feel alive. Your only means of clarity
Go
is a
away, we
handheld
don't want any.
calculator, a tool that drains its batteries as quickly as Robert's sanity. Put it down for too long, and you risk losing your
What is
grasp
it called?
on
You
what's
know, they
real.
just showed the name of this
To make
game.
matters worse,
Dream
the microphone
Cage.
can betray you. Every sound you make can lure the demons closer as you comb through the rooms in search of anomalies. The anomalies don't simply startle.
I think I might
They
have seen
distort your
somebody
perception
playing
of
this
reality.
before.
Showers
Was it
gush with
Saf9?
blood,
It might have been Saf9 that played this before. Shout out
dishes shatter
Saf9.
in empty rooms. A man clears his throat from nowhere. Each time you close your eyes to rest, 5 different demons return to torment you. Feeding on your exhaustion and fear. These aren't random scares. They're deliberate intrusions, as if the apartment itself knows you're watching. In Dream Cage, you're not just identifying what's wrong in the room. You're navigating the collapsing walls of Robert's own reality. Every mechanic, every sound, every flicker of light works together to blur the boundary between sanity and nightmare. Few horror games manage to fuse gameplay and storytelling this seamlessly, making Dream Cage not just terrifying to play, but haunting to endure.
Oh, fuck you! There it is, I'm on observation
I'm
duty.
on observation duty.
The GOAT. Or the OG, rather.
I'm on Observation Duty is the game that became a 7-part series by Notovia. The premise
7
is
parts.
deceptively simple. You're tasked with surviving between midnight and 6 a.m., while flipping between cameras and reporting anomalies as they appear. Fail to keep the situation under control, and the night will consume you. The tension builds as anomalies creep in randomly with each playthrough. At first, the shifts are subtle. Objects moving, shadows stretching unnaturally, or paintings becoming just slightly off. But the longer you play, the more the house begins to unravel into something uncanny. By the time you hear the warning that 3 anomalies are active at once, you know that missing just one more could seal your fate. The game's most infamous threats are its intruders, who must be reported immediately. Once they appear, the camera locks in on them, leaving you trapped with their twitching, translucent figures until you act.
The way he's just
They stare,
wobbling over.
sometimes
Whoa!
turning their heads unnervingly,
I guess he didn't like me
with their
laughing at him.
dignity adding an extra layer of discomfort to
What
their
are you
ghostly
doing?
presence.
Crap, get down from there.
The environment itself also conspires against you.
Well, damn, sorry.
Paintings shift from merely unsettling to absurd, googly-eyed horrors. And sometimes entire rooms simply vanish from your view, hiding whatever else might be lurking there. The silence amplifies everything. There's no soundtrack beyond faint ambiance and the harsh audio cues of anomalies surfacing. Even the house itself feels wrong, with its strangely arranged furniture and odd layout, as though it were built for the game rather than human habitation. If you fail, the screen collapses into glitches. The words, "Too many anomalies active. Mission failed," seal your end, without ever clarifying what that end truly means.
Oh, well.
Shinkansen Zero. You awaken on board a Shinkansen, a Japanese bullet train, with the vague goal to find your way from Car 8
bullet
to
train
the
game.
conductor's
Yeah.
cab in
I've seen
Car
people playing
0
this.
to activate the brakes and escape. However, things are not as they seem, as explained by a child in the next car.
変わったことがあったゲームを終わろう。それはゼロトイレの車両はもう一回
Find any anomalies in the car, turn back, no anomalies, then keep going forward. If you get it wrong, then you restart the loop. This becomes a game of meticulous investigation and checking to see if there are any irregularities. Things like minor light or picture changes, perhaps a new person sleeping in a chair, or maybe something more significant like strange entities emerging. When you think you reach the end, you discover you're only halfway through and pass through the green cars to reach your goal. From here, the rules reverse. Move forwards if you spot an anomaly, otherwise turn back if all is as it should be. An additional role comes into effect.
Okay, the chair became
3
sentient
mistakes
and is
a
just chilling
ghost
there.
will get you. Suddenly, things become far more dangerous now the training wheels are off. The child indicates that this is all just a big game. An old man thinks that no one in the train is human. But what is the truth behind this bizarre bullet train?
Oh, them
The
snacks
only way
look
to
yummy.
know is to give it a try yourself and see what lies beyond the door to the next train car.
Excuse you?
Alternate watch. You are left alone in a house at night,
Hey, Mongoose.
flipping
I like
through
this.
black and white security
I like this
cameras
narrator.
and watching for anomalies until 6 in
My
the
food
morning.
should be ready.
The
Hang on, my food should be ready. If I didn't cool it too much. Okay. Got it.
Horror comes from the subtle and not so subtle intrusion that appear in real time. Paintings and artwork that shift, lights flickering, TVs and radios showing figures with unnerving proportions, or computers glitching with strange faces. Each anomaly must be reported and categorized correctly, with categories ranging from imagery, electrical, displacement,
Okay, that's the name
and
of this.
mimic to the unsettling
like, what was this one called again?
unknown, which defies classification entirely. Doors left open will signal that someone or something is inside,
Oh, don't
and
like
each
that.
discovery raises the question: is it a tulpa in the mirror, a corpse on the floor, or a cloaked preacher beneath its shadowed form?
Bitch, you better get out of my closet.
Anomalies are where its horror truly takes hold. Figures like the shadow entity
Ooh.
with glowing white eyes, or the flawed impersonator can invade the house, making the family seem utterly alien. Objects move, extra
looking at
items
me.
spawn, and some attempt to blend in with their surroundings, forcing you to constantly question what is safe to ignore. The cameras themselves are your only tool, yet they often fail. Glitches, flickering, and distortion obscure the truth, leaving the player on edge with no customizable difficulty. Each night is a tense balancing act, where vigilance is your only protection, and a single overlooked anomaly can unravel everything.
Bitch, quit knocking on my door.
Alternate Watch excels at turning observation
Get out of
into
my
a
shower.
psychological trial, cementing its place as a standout in the horror anomaly genre.
I see your lanky ass. Get out of here.
The Cabin Factory. The Cabin Factory is a psychological horror game developed by International Cat Studios and published by Future Friends Games. In this short horror anomaly experience, you play as a cabin inspector named Greta, whose job is to inspect hyper-realistic horror-type cabins on a conveyor belt to check if they will be a threat to the general public or not. A dark atmosphere surrounds the cabin as you step inside the dimly lit interior, with only a few light sources such as a lantern near the door and a fireplace in the living room. In said room, furniture such as a table, a rocking chair, and a bed occupy the home, along with a portrait of a middle-aged woman hanging over the fireplace.
Yeah, who is that?
Further inside is a wax
Very
figure
ominous.
of a middle-aged man sitting at a dinner table with plates of food, cups, and a tea kettle.
Why is
Upstairs
there
is
a
a
wax figure?
of a little boy with a cloth over his head, with a
Yeah,
TV
I
and a
do not
stuffed
like
animal
that.
sitting in a chair. Seeing everything in order with the first cabin and setting it for clearance, the other cabins might be merciful.
You
while
call that
some
in
will
order?
not be. In the other cabins that Greta comes across, they can exhibit anomalies such as seeing another wax figure of a little girl putting her finger to her lips, hiding under the stairs or under the living room bed with her hand moving, running towards you, or blocking the front door of the cabin. Upstairs, where the wax figure of the boy is, the boy's legs and feet can start to move on their own, or his position will change as he looks back at you through the TV screen with a cursed-looking smile, or sit on the rocking chair in the living room. The wax figure of the man sitting at the dinner table can move his head to stare at you with a menacing look, or he will instead peer at you through one of the windows outside, which can induce fear once you do go out of the cabin. You will even see doppelgangers of Greta either looking at you from behind one of the pillars or stare at you at the dinner table. Stuffed animals will also appear everywhere in the cabin, varying in size. Objects will float, dishes from the table will be thrown by unreasonable means, and even a miniature model of the cabin appears, showing the small character models moving within.
That
The
is
woman
just
in the
a whole
painting
lot of
will
nope.
start following you with her gaze, or even stand in the living room, waiting to attack you. As you classify 8 cabins as clear or a danger, you will be congratulated with balloons along with being welcomed into the company. However, are you willing to
Yay.
inspect the cabins further to uncover the secret within?
Bitch, don't be coming at me. Oh my god, could y'all not? I do not like that.
Hospital 666.
Oh, what a lovely name.
This is a 1 to 4 player game in which you must reach the 666th floor of a hospital packed with anomalies. If you encounter any anomalies, you must go back to the elevator to refresh the floor. You start off going through each floor with a particular NPC that alternates from the hallway or a room. He seems to be oblivious to all the activity going on, but it's best not to take your eyes off him. What's unnerving is that he dresses like your character, beeps before he explodes, or even laughs and smiles at things that aren't even there. There are also instances of 6 playing a role in the game. You'll see objects with the number on them, objects symbolizing the number, or even 6 of the same items. As you explore each floor, you'll discover anomalies like paintings decorating the halls that cause jump scares. Doors, once inaccessible, can alter in sizes, whereas others can eventually open up to show more to explore. Apparitions can pop in at random times, and even your character can shrink. After every 17th floor, you'll face a mini-boss that is inspired by SCP and the Backrooms. 2 notable examples are SCP-173 in a maze of hospital beds, and SCP-087, the Endless Staircase. By passing this and other mini-bosses, you jump up several levels, but only the one on the 17th floor is known to push you up to the 100th floor. There are many more cases of anomalies that would be an injustice to spoil, and some scarier as the game goes on. Can you make it through all the floors? Do you even dare try?
Ah, Plague Doctor! Brother.
The Stairway 7. The Stairway 7 is a horror game developed by Steel Quill Studios, where the player is trapped
good
within
kitty.
a continuous loop of stairwells that is plagued by numerous anomalies. As the player, you must observe if there are any differences within your vicinity, and if you are unable to see anything out of place, you're free to walk up to the next flight of stairs with no problem. Even though the atmosphere of the stairwell is seemingly uncomfortable, with just one light in a dim space, elevator not in use, old and ripped posters, a mannequin that has seen better days, seeing a cat named Ginger next to a dead mouse with ants all over it, a baby doll,
Oh, he's just
chair,
doing his job. He's fine.
books, and 3 apartment doors with numbers labeled on them. The anomalies within will make you second guess yourself, along with trying to break your sanity as you try to sift the normal from
Had
the
to readjust in the seat.
Menial changes such as the numbers changing on the apartment doors, their handles missing, the posters looking different or turned upside down, will make you do a double take and go back. Other changes such as the elevators out of order, turning to die in order, the mouse laying in a larger puddle of blood, or Ginger dying and the mouse taking the cat's place,
No!
the mannequin turning its head, or
Ginger,
multiple mannequins appearing.
Nope.
Even
No, thank
seeing
you.
a disfigured entity peering around the corner will make you immediately go back downstairs. If you are unable
Yeah,
to spot any
nope,
kind
nope,
of
nope, nope.
differences,
Back downstairs.
and walk up to the next flight, the game isn't afraid to show you that you are wrong by introducing you to the entity up close. However, the anomaly can be merciful and give you medicine to recover some of the sanity you have lost, while still sticking fear within you. However, nothing will prepare you when you as the player finally
What's
reach the
that?
end of the stairway.
What's that,
Discover its
brother?
story and the ultimate truth of this mysterious stairway.
Ten Bells. This game takes place at the titular location, the 10 Bells pub, where everything is not as it seems. You're trapped in an endless loop in this pub packed with random anomalies, and you need to find a way to break the loop and escape. There are only 2 NPCs in this pub: the bartender who's been cleaning the tables on the side of the entrance, and a maid who's been working on the other side of the bar where the pool table is. Sometimes, the maid will start crying as if something sad recently happened. Sometimes, they will just switch sides they're working on. If you see an anomaly, turn back and go through the door you came from right away. You may want to run though, because many of the anomalies involve someone or something chasing you. Typically, it's the ghost of a murder victim that's chasing you down. But there is an instance where you'll actually be chased down by the bartender, as if he's trying to hide something. You go through this loop 10 times, and each time you do, whether an anomaly appears or not, a bell will appear next to the door to the pub itself. Once all 10 loops are done, you'll need to make your way to the private room and watch the ending. Afterwards, the true horror begins, as not only is it a dreary, rainy day outside, but the pub itself is particularly dark. There are 38 anomalies to be found, and the only way to escape is to encounter all of them. Besides the anomalies already mentioned, these can also include books covered in slime, book puddles that you can fall into, the cellar being flooded with blood, moving furniture, the ceiling lowering down to crush you, even an anomaly where the rug beneath the pool table changes to a design that references The Shining. If all that wasn't enough, the game also has a nightmare mode, which doubles the number of anomalies you can encounter, making for an even more terrifying experience. Going through the list of anomalies would take far too much time for this list, and even spoil the game itself. So if you're feeling daring enough, you can venture into the 10 Bells pub, if you dare.
Yeah.
Captured. In almost every game, the safest place for you or the character is usually their home. But what if that logic is flipped on its head, and your home goes from your safe haven to a cacophony of nightmares? Captured quite literally captures that idea, and puts it to excellent use by having the main character's home be the site of numerous anomalous horrors. In this game, you're trapped in your own home, where many mysterious things can happen. Equipped with only a flashlight and a camera, Your goal is to identify at least 13 anomalies in order to escape.
Except for your flashlight.
Anomalies can include objects vanishing, multiplying, or even appearing in places where they shouldn't. Electronics turning on with no input, lights flickering on and off, or lighting sources that seem a bit off. Rooms seemingly disappearing for no reason, leaving behind only an outline of a door frame, or sometimes rooms being completely deformed, like a room that's flipped upside down, or a room that's
I don't like that. That's so disorienting. I don't like upside down shit like that.
That last one
The
actually
hell?
drains your sanity if the room is small, so don't stay there for too long.
Oh.
Luckily, your camera has a zoom feature
There's
that
toilets at
allows
the
you to
dinner
focus on
table.
these anomalies and identify what kind they
Okay,
are.
that one's kind of funny.
But what adds to the tension of doing so is that if you get even one anomaly type wrong, your camera's memory will be completely wiped, forcing you to start all the way from square one. On top of that, while your flashlight has unlimited power, your camera unfortunately doesn't. But you can thankfully find batteries scattered throughout the house, though the batteries' placements are completely randomized. The worst part is you'll be stalked by one of 3 monsters that'll show up if you stay in a loop for too long. There's Hornhead, a tall Slenderman-like creature who will kill you if you stare at it too much. The second is Mr. Blue, a parrot monster with sword-like arms. If a voice tells you to run and your flashlight starts flickering, that means Mr. Blue is in the vicinity. Finally, there's Karateros, a demonic bunny creature that can't move if you shine your flashlight
that thing.
on, giving you an opportunity to close the door and hold off from reaching. So if he shows
Man,
up,
come on.
make sure to be ready to run, because he won't stop until you're dead. If you play on hard difficulty or higher, there will actually be a fourth monster to avoid.
Screw that
But you'll
thing.
have to figure out that one for yourself. Only one of these monsters will stalk you per loop, and if you get caught, the loop will reset. This game goes for an analog horror approach, with a clear VHS 1990s aesthetic to the house, inspired by various other media. Recently, a sequel has been announced called Captured 2, which will include its own story, brand new anomalies not seen in the original game, and
Nice
entirely
Stranger
new monsters
Things
to run
font.
from. Will you be able to find each and every anomaly and finally escape
I do
this
not like
horrific
that
loop?
thing.
Who's at the door? You play as a psychiatric patient who experiences voices and hallucinations on a daily basis. The character claims that lately, these hallucinations have lasted longer, and it's harder to distinguish reality from illusion. Feeling trapped between them without taking medication. Each day, strange faces bring you medicine,
Ugh.
but it's hard
Oh,
for the
that
character
game.
to tell if they're real or not. The only
that
solution is collecting
Ugly face.
dolls,
That ugly bitch.
which helps calm the mind, whereas everything else leaves you questioning how much longer you have to endure this pain. It starts with a phone call. After hearing you're improving, you wake up. Your room is full of dolls and teddy bears, while a few notes help you learn about the game. There's 3 etched images on the table with the word visitors over them. As you leave to explore, nothing seems out of place until you look into the peephole. Strange-faced people appear at the door, giving medication tablets. The goal
Now,
of this game
that-
is to go 8 to giving medication.
He's pulling his cock out!
You better not be doing that at my door. Now, this face, I know this face. This is one of those internet mystery phenomena, whatever. It was I think it was a Facebook mystery thing. This bitch here would like friend you or whatever, and that's what her face looked like. They took that face from that little internet horror
tablets.
thing.
The goal of this game
Story.
is to go 8 days of anomaly-filled terrors, and
Floating
knowing
baby
when to
heads.
open the door or take meds. As you are progressing, you'll need to find doll parts to help. Despite it all, if you make it past the 8th day, you'll be treated with an ending you'll have to experience for yourself. The game throws a lot at you, and you'll go through it with a lot of trial and error.
Oh, well, hi
There's
there.
ghosts, eyes, and many more anomalous sights to see, leaving you to wonder if it's worth opening the door or taking the pills. Some seem harmless,
Ooh.
like a typical jump scare, while others give veteran players of the genre the creeps. With 60 anomalies and more, there's plenty of reasons to replay and find them all, and to solve the mystery on why all this is happening in the first place.
Ah! You better get away from me. Wasn't that car from Toy Story
Exit
3?
8.
Well, 2, I think. Yeah, that was the little phone.
You take the role of a worn-out salary person, trudging
Not a
through
car,
a
it's a,
sterile
phone, a little phone
underground
toy.
passage
Yeah,
on the
that's
way
what
to
that
the
was.
train station's Exit 8, only to find yourself caught in a looping nightmare. The corridor is unremarkable at first glance. Endless white tiles, fluorescent lights that hum too loudly in the silence, and only your footsteps for company. The simple, decorating the wall posters meant to bring life to the environment begin to betray you. Text flips, faces twist, images duplicate, and sometimes the posters themselves move, sliding subtly along the walls or swelling to unnatural size. The longer you walk the repeating hall, the harder it becomes to trust your own perception.
Oh god, that's messing
Another
with my vision.
salaried man drags his suitcase down the opposite hall, indifferent to your presence, until he isn't. Until his smile grows unnatural, his frame stretches taller, or he snaps his head to lock eyes with you. A pair of suited twins might block the way, while a wall-bound figure of a woman peering from a maintenance door reminds you that this space is not entirely yours. These figures can suddenly lunge, ending the loop in a blackout. Doors sometimes open onto a black void. Vents drip with black liquid, or a wave of red water floods through, swallowing the sterile hallway whole. None of these intrusions feels tacked on. They are woven seamlessly into the monotony of the environment, turning the act of watching itself into a kind of psychological strain.
Oh, that's that door. Okay.
What makes Exit 8 so effective as a horror anomaly game is its restraint. The scares are not only in what leaps out, but what hides in plain sight.
Oh, and the lights cut out. Wonderful.
The corridor's sameness gnaws at you until you second-guess every detail, every poster, every shadow, knowing that a mistake could mean being trapped in the cycle again. It's horror built on observation, and it excels at making the ordinary uncanny.
Yeah.
Not only did this game effectively spawn an entire genre of horror anomalies, but it even got its own film. While this film was released this year in Japan of 2025, it's scheduled
see it.
for release internationally in 2026.
Good. I want to see it.
thank you for watching. And on this page, thanks to our members. If you are interested in supporting us, we have 3 tiers: bronze, silver, and gold. Each one comes with perks. We'll do our best to keep you up to date on what's going on. And special thanks to our patrons. Again, if you are interested in supporting us, the link to our Patreon is in the bottom left-hand corner, down here.
Yay, another banger by Tat Stop Videos.
Check the pinned comment by Tats. She has posted a link to our Discord. But that's enough from me. Let's see the creators of the video.
It's a day like any other. You feed the cats, then yourself, and inhale a coffee before heading out the door into the brisk black winter morning. The monotonous journey from your bed to work has occurred so many times that it almost happens automatically. Every step of this process is pushed more by muscle memory than any sort of conscious thought, and as such, you wouldn't normally form any sort of long-lasting memories from this particular hour of your day. After enough time, every morning like this will eventually be forgotten, with your brain treating the memory like a duplicate file that's taking up unnecessary room in your head. You'll know exactly how it happened, but you won't actually remember it. Today though, something is different. It starts as a nagging feeling, some unnameable anxiety gently poking you, but that poke grows to a push, and then a shove. Something is off. It quickly becomes apparent what's wrong as you pull out of your neighborhood and onto the main road. There's no traffic. The normally busy morning rush hour today is anything but. Moreover, there's no pedestrians.
It's like literally nothing is happening, but then your brain is just like, oh no.
You try to come up with an explanation in your head. Maybe it's a holiday that you didn't know about, or the date is wrong on your phone. But you know you're grasping at straws. And the more you try to rationalize it, the more reality sets in. It becomes a little too much. You pull over into a shopping center. Surely there must be somebody around, right? But there's not. It terrifies you that you can't explain it, but you are completely and utterly alone. This is the premise of a YouTube channel that slipped under the radar, surprisingly so considering its extraordinary nature. It's called Everything Empty, Always Alone. It follows a man named Corey who claims to have intermittently visited a backrooms-esque alternate reality, one that completely mirrors our own but is utterly devoid of people, with normally busy spots being reduced to eerily still and silent liminal spaces. It's not a very unique idea. These empty alternate reality content creators were a dime a dozen during the COVID years, but this one is different. For one thing, all of Corey's videos were filmed in the last year or so, not during any sort of mass quarantine that left usually crowded places looking empty. And on top of that, his videos are convincing, surprisingly so. He visits places that just shouldn't ever be empty, but is somehow able to capture them as if they've been totally abandoned. It's hard to simply write this off as yet another internet hoax. While we are going to end up forming a couple theories, there are still aspects to this channel that I simply don't have an explanation for. So without any further ado, let me introduce you to Everything Empty, Always Alone. Before we get to that though, there's something else we gotta talk about. Something that's possibly even more unsettling. You already know what it's gonna be. Data brokers. They're making a ton of money by gathering up and selling pieces of your private personal information that you probably didn't expect them to have. Maybe you signed up for a sketchy website 10 years ago, or some online service you use experienced a data breach. There are many ways these sketchy brokers can get their hands on your data. Check this out. This is a data broker report for one person. It almost looks like something you would get if you hired a private investigator to spy on someone. We've got address history, possible neighbors, relatives, and associates. It's a little concerning to think there are random entities out there profiting by selling this information to God knows who. Data brokers are betting on you not doing anything. But personally, I'm not worried, because I've got Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura protects your privacy by identifying data brokers selling your info. They take care of the hard part, automatically removing your info from these sites and making sure it never resurfaces. Aura isn't the only service of its kind, but nobody offers quite as much for the price as Aura. You'll get alerts if your personal info is found on the dark web, a secure VPN, antivirus, and even a password manager. Aura even reaches outside the internet as well, providing real-time fraud alerts for credit and banking, and even $5 million in identity theft insurance protection. It's genuinely a great deal for what you're paying. I'm not leaving myself vulnerable, and you shouldn't either. If you use my link aura.com/feral, you'll get 14 days for free, which is enough time for Aura to start scrubbing your personal info from data broker sites. Thanks to Aura for sponsoring this video. I originally came across this channel through this video, titled 100% Empty Theme Park in a Parallel Universe. The video starts with Corey sitting in his car. He tells us we're going to be traveling to the Washington State location of the Great Wolf Lodge, a popular chain of indoor water park resorts in the USA.
The Great Wolf Lodge here in Washington is about approximately a half a mile. Let's go. Here we go. About a half a mile from here.
As he's driving, Corey explains that he's planning to enter a different dimension and will show us a completely empty version of the theme park. But first, he's going to give us a small tour of it in this reality to show us how busy it normally is. He also tells us that he's not planning to reveal his true nature to the staff at the resort, as he doesn't want to freak them out. It's here you'll notice that our man has a tendency to ramble, and sometimes comes off as a little aggravated.
I've never been there. I'm gonna just roll right up in there. I don't want to freak these people out and scare them. So I'm not gonna tell them who I am, what I am, who I am, what I am, who I am, what I am, who I am, or what I am. I'm not gonna tell them who I am or what the fuck I am. I'm gonna just tell them I'm a travel vlog. I'm gonna just say I'm a travel vlog. I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna fucking lie, okay?
Once he gets to the resort, he makes a point of showing us just how packed it is. And indeed, he ends up having to leave his car running in the drop-off area as the parking lot is completely full.
No, you can't have my chocolate
Before going inside, he walks
pie.
around the lot and rambles to the camera for a few minutes, repeatedly pointing out that the resort is open 24/7 and is very busy at all times of the day, and also how his detractors are going to be surprised at what he's about to pull off.
7 or 8, whatever, 9-story hotel, so slam-packed, open, again, 20. All this stuff is, everybody could do their fucking diligence, do your research. Read about every location is open 24/7, 365, 366 on a leap year. There is no closing, they don't close. I'll go to a fucking theme park and prove it to you. Fucking skeptic piece of shit. To all you believers and loyal subscribers, shout out to you, what's up? For all the fucking scumbag haters and skeptics. People always complain that I talk about, I'm sick of them. I am a fucking interdimensional time traveler. There's not a goddamn fucking thing you can do about it. None of you. Not a single fucking one of you.
Relax.
And of course the fucking CIA knows about
Why's he
me.
so
So anyways,
angry?
we're gonna go in the building now. You saw the parking lot. It is so packed that there's cars literally every direction.
He eventually drifts inside and shows us a bustling resort, mentioning that he'll be interviewing some of the staff, the first of which being a member of the security team who's monitoring the entrance to the pool.
We'll talk to this gentleman here real quick. Hi sir, can I ask you a quick question? Yeah, what's up? I'm a travel vlogger doing the place. So this place, it looks packed. Is it 24/7?
90% occupancy year round.
90% occupancy year round? I don't want to go in there because it's probably,
Yes,
you know,
buddy.
I don't have a wristband.
It's 90 degrees in there.
Is it really 90 degrees? Is there any way to follow you in just to get one little shot in there? Is that cool? Just for...
You can get it from the downstairs window.
Okay.
Walk to the store, look over, and then...
Yeah, I'll just come right in. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, Todd was very nice to let me come in. Woo! Oh, yeah, it is hot. Oh, my God. It is like 90 degrees. Look at this place, guys. Holy smokes.
He shows us more of the resort, always pointing out how busy each corner of it is.
Looks fun.
He finds another staff member and asks if they could connect him with the head of security, which she does.
I've got a couple questions. Obviously, you guys saw inside of the Great Wolf Lodge here. Part of what I want to do is prove that this place is one of the safest theme parks out there. Yeah. So I'm sure there's security cameras, surveillance everywhere, probably like a Vegas casino. Yeah. I saw a bunch of those. You guys patrolled a lot and stuff like that too?
Yep, all the time, all day, every day.
The gentleman told me inside that it was open 24/7, basically 365, and it's always packed. Even weekdays, Monday through Friday.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Holidays, Christmas, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Corey eventually tells the head of security that there's a guy out there who's claiming to be an interdimensional time traveler, and that he's going to be recording a completely empty version of the park in a parallel universe.
There's a guy who's claiming to be, this is going to sound a little weird, but it's fun. I'm doing a video.
Okay, I really hope all these people are in on the joke. Like, this is, this is obviously a skit. So, like, I really hope that, why are my hands coming up? Yeah, I really hope that this is like a they're all in on it.
A story on this, is claiming to
'Cause
be an
otherwise it was
interdimensional
really
time
awkward
traveler.
and
So I'm doing
weird.
a video tracking this gentleman, if you will.
Okay.
It says he can appear in multiple theme parks throughout the country and be the only person there. So the gentleman's claiming that he can walk all throughout the pool area and be the only person there and like actually interact with the environment, like moving the water around and walking up the water slides and doing all these. Is that a pretty kind of crazy?
That's pretty wild.
Okay, yeah. And the likelihood of that happening, it would be 0%, 100%, or 0%. This guy's claiming to put this video out, and it's great. I hope this is something that you'll watch, and it'll find you. Put it that way. Well, that's it, man. I won't keep you. I really appreciate your time, brother.
Okay,
He
crazy
ends this section of
person.
the video by explaining the purpose of this long intro.
That was gonna do like maybe 5
Yeah,
or 6,
like,
maybe
I was
10
like,
minutes
well, that
of
was
intro and commentary
something.
and interviews and what have you. But so many of you guys always say, hey, bold claims require bold evidence. Dude, it will get no better. It will never, ever on earth under any circumstance get better than this.
He drives around for a while and rambles to the camera more, often aggressively repeating himself. He also gives us a more technical explanation as to what's about to happen.
Well, I will be transferring to a different dimension. PDL, parallel dimension location. A parallel dimension location called A1002
Okay, man.
2015Z. I'm gonna go in that building. I'm gonna go in the theme park for about 30-40 minutes. I will be with a NHI, non-human intelligence named Wind, an alien. He will be shadowing me, following
An
me. You will not see
alien?
him. You will not be able to visually detect him on camera. I will keep him out on camera. I have done nothing yet, and I'm literally, it's like Babe Ruth calling out the home run before it happens. I haven't even done this yet, now I'm gonna go do it. All those non-ending spiral water slides, which have kids and water running through them constantly at a high speed. I'm gonna walk up and around that whole environment. I'm gonna interact with everything. I'm gonna walk in the water slides, which are packed right now with water and kids. And by the way, there's never a day where it's not.
The intro of this theme park video not only showed us how improbable the idea of someone walking through an empty Great Wolf Lodge may be, but it also served to clarify Corey's intentions a little. This is not a fictional work or someone trying to create a piece of art. This is somebody who genuinely believes in what they're doing. Corey displays every hallmark of a conspiracy theorist, most prominently with his excessive rambling. I actually cut the vast majority of that intro out. It may have only lasted a couple minutes in my video, but in Corey's, that whole intro section was an hour long. In between the rambling, he would intersplice different TV and podcast
Sounds
clips
about
of
right.
pundits discussing interdimensional time traveling, and the whole thing is actually pretty hard to make sense of and doesn't really have a coherent structure outside the Great Wolf Lodge tour. Regardless though, whatever eccentricity Corey may exude to his viewers is greatly overshadowed by the extraordinary nature of what he's about to show us. In the middle of one of his rambles, Corey abruptly cuts back to the Great Wolf Lodge. This time though, there's nobody there. He walks through the exact same spots he just showed us, but now all the people are gone. Every store, every arcade, every waiting area is completely empty. You might assume he just came back at night, but no, as you can clearly see bright sunlight pouring in through all the windows. Even the front desks are empty, which often have workers present at all times of the day in many hotels. As he's showing us these surreal scenes, he includes more rambling in the form of a voiceover.
I am the villain hero. I'm the hero for the believers and the villain for the disbelievers and the naysayers and the cynics and the haters.
He eventually gets to the pool area, which is also totally empty. He walks around and dips his hands into the water. He then climbs into a water slide and starts walking down the long plastic tube. This whole thing may have started with an eccentric seemingly walking us through his esoteric delusions, but he was telling the truth. He is indeed inside what appears to be a recently abandoned Great Wolf Lodge, one that's empty enough for him to do things he would obviously never be allowed to do, like walking down the entire length of a water slide while vlogging. It's surreal to watch.
And literally do all kinds of things. Borderline magic in this parallel universe. There should be water running through here right now. Actually, there was 15 minutes ago, but we shut that off and now we're in here walking. It is what it is. It is what it is.
He eventually gets to the end of the slide, walks out of it, and continues wandering the giant liminal space that used to be Great Wolf Lodge. He rambles for a while longer and then abruptly ends the 2-hour-long video. At the beginning of this video, I thought I was watching your everyday run-of-the-mill conspiracy theory slop, but by the end of it, my ears were perked up. I decided to investigate the channel more. It was created in 2013, but the oldest video is from October 2024, which was 7 months before the Great Wolf Lodge video. This one was filmed in a parking lot in the middle of the night, and you can barely make out Corey in the frame, who spends the video's 17-minute runtime explaining the finer details of his odd situation. He was apparently introduced to interdimensional time travel after an incident earlier that year, when he was involuntarily thrust into a dimension identical to Earth in every way, except without people. This was done to him by a non-human entity known as Wind, who has the power to transport himself and others to different dimensions. Whenever Corey travels to this mimic universe, he's doing it through this Wind figure. He mentions that he's planning to travel to Denver to explore and film the Backrooms version of it, which he eventually uploaded to his YouTube channel a month later in November 2024. In this one, he cuts right to the chase and immediately shows us the abandoned streets of downtown Denver. Again, it's during the day and there's nobody here. He mentions that in this alternate reality, you'll often see running cars parked on the side of the road that have no people in them. You may assume that this was filmed during the pandemic, but he eventually pans to a big screen that displays the year 2024. The video shows us more empty streets with a voiceover rambling on for an hour until it abruptly ends. Now, if he was actually in a parallel universe that was exactly the same but without any people, wouldn't you expect him to try taking something from one of the fake stores? Well, he didn't do that in this video, but that's exactly what he does in the next one, which was uploaded a month later in December. This one specifically focuses on stores, and Corey was prompted to make it after receiving comments from viewers asking him to steal things off the shelves of the shops he was exploring in the Mimic universe. Obviously, it would be pretty easy to edit a video of yourself buying something from a store to make it look like you actually stole it, but Corey instead presents us with a fully uncut clip of him walking into a store, taking a soda from the fridge, and walking out with it, with nobody behind the counter there to stop him. He eventually gets to his car and starts driving away, again without any cuts. He spends the rest of the video giving us tours of various empty grocery stores. I would say this is the least convincing video on this channel. Considering this was filmed at night, he could have just gone to any 24-hour grocery store at like 4 AM, which if you've ever done before, you would know they tend to be pretty empty at that time. The shoplifting part though, that's a little harder to explain. Obviously, he could have just gone and filmed himself stealing from a gas station and posted it publicly to the internet, which I guess you'd have to give it to the guy. That's some dedication to your craft. It's here where we have to put on our detective hats. As fun as it is to play along, I do obviously think this is made up, and I'm gonna tell you the reasons why. Starting with the Denver video, you'll notice that while it is indeed filmed during the day, the lighting happens to be very sharp. The sun appears to be shining just over the horizon. While Corey tells us that he's filming this around 8 in the morning, I would wager that it's actually much earlier, likely right after the sun rose. Considering that's early and he's walking around in a t-shirt, you could surmise that he likely recorded this video during the summer, which judging on the average sunrise times in Colorado, could mean that this whole video was taken as early as 5:30 AM. It wouldn't be terribly hard to get an hour of empty city footage if you walked around downtown Denver before 6 AM on a weekend, and it would be even easier if you were to film it over a few days. It's still impressively put together, but I think it's perfectly doable to film this in the real world. Things get a little harder to explain when we get back to the Great Wolf Lodge video. Corey admittedly did a very good job of communicating just how improbable it would be for him to be alone in this Great Wolf Lodge, and he not only walked around the lobby, he was going places he wouldn't be able to go if there were any workers present. He couldn't have gone in the middle of the night because it's very clearly bright outside while he's filming. Even if he did it right after the crack of dawn like in the Denver video, there would still be some workers around in the morning, at least one person behind the front desk and some cleaning staff, enough people to prevent him from wandering around the pool area filming everything and climbing up and walking down the water slide. How did he do this? There actually is a logical explanation. You see, the Washington Great Wolf Lodge was undergoing a massive renovation in mid-2024, which concluded in July, only about a month after Corey's video was uploaded. He very well could have planned his project around this, visiting the resort while it was still operating to show off how busy it was and to interview staff, and then coming back while it was closed for renovation. I mentioned earlier that there were still things I can't explain about this channel, and there are. I have no idea how Corey managed to get unlimited access to a closed Great Wolf Lodge. I don't see how he could have convinced some worker there to let him wander around for an hour doing things like walking down water slides. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm also not sure if he actually filmed this one early in the morning. You'll notice when he's in the pool area that there's a giant clock which says it's around 4, but the sun is clearly out. There's no point in the year in Washington state where the sun rises by 4 AM, which means that this was likely filmed in the afternoon. And that makes it even stranger that there isn't anyone to stop Corey from wandering around this theme park. I do obviously think that this channel is the work of a very dedicated person trying to present us with some false alternate universe, but I unfortunately cannot explain everything here, which leaves this channel as an obscure YouTube mystery. Fake or not, Everything Empty Always Alone is probably the most compelling thing I've seen in years coming out of the conspiracy theory niche on YouTube. We've talked about this a few times in the past. YouTube used to have a thriving community revolving around esoteric conspiracy theories. Nowadays, it's much smaller than it used to be, with a lot of the people who are involved with it migrating to Rumble and talking about more boring stuff like American politics. Around 15 years ago though, conspiracy theory YouTubers would be uploading videos about aliens, the paranormal, lizard people, hidden planets. It used to be a lot bigger and more out there than it is now. Our next topic happens to be one such channel from this time period. One that stands out because of its disturbing nature. The channel is called NASA Jim 108, and the description seems to be written from the viewpoint of a lawyer, stating that the channel contains a series of videos that their client requested to be released after his death. In the first video from July 2008, things start off much like other early YouTube conspiracy theory videos. Accompanied by a slideshow of random pictures of Mars and aliens, Jim tells us that he worked as an aeronautical research engineer for NASA between the years of 1989 and 2004. He's recently been diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer and is releasing these videos after his death to show the world information that NASA has been concealing. He goes on to tell us that there's a race of subterranean aliens living on Mars that humans refer to as the Greys. A telepathic race of humanoid creatures who've developed a sort of parasitic and secretive relationship with mankind. In his next video, Jim gives us a few more details about this alien race. They supposedly are not completely physical beings, as they have the ability to transmute themselves into other states of matter in a way we don't really understand scientifically. They can apparently travel through sound, and can even latch onto people much in the way a demon or a spirit can, as described in most forms of human mythology. It's likely these aliens are responsible for the idea of demonic possession in all human culture. He also includes an audio clip to show us how these beings sound once they've transmuted into this intangible form. This is the gist of the first few videos on this channel. Jim builds up a lore around this mysterious group of alien beings and muses on his impending death. Things start to change a little though, as time goes on. The videos start to become more dynamic and surreal, with the Google image photos of Mars and aliens being replaced by these bizarre animations. In this video, Jim claims to show us a video and audio sequence that can summon a being known as a Neth into your home just by watching it. The entity acts like a spirit. You can't see or touch it, but it can manipulate physical objects in your environment. It will remain in your home for a couple hours before it returns to wherever it came from. After this, things really go off the deep end.
What the hell? Cult! 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 You are sleeping. Cult vibes, cult vibes.
This was the last of the original run of NASA Jim videos. There are two after it though, one uploaded in 2011 that claims to show the viewer an alien tuning fork. The last one was uploaded in 2016 and it merely shows an alarm clock and nothing else. This is definitely a strange case. A seemingly mundane conspiracy theory YouTuber that slowly became more and more disturbing with each video he uploaded. Despite the channel itself being inactive for almost 10 years without any official explanation as to its purpose, internet sleuths would eventually solve this mystery. There's one video I haven't shown you. It's called dying NASA scientist on the alien origin of materialism.
It's me, Little Hobo. And boy, do I got a special little treat for
What
you
the
today.
fuck?
Shut up.
Oh, shut up, bitch! What?
The video is obviously intended to be as weird as possible, but the important detail
Yeah.
here is the puppet. He calls himself the Little Hobo. If we search Little Hobo Puppet on Google, we'll find a comedian known as Duncan Trussell, who regularly performs with a similar looking puppet that has the same name. It's not the same physical puppet, but if we look deeper to try to find an older picture, like this one from 2007, you'll notice that it's the exact one in the Dying NASA Scientist YouTube channel. This was a project created by Duncan Trussell. Although Trussell does frequently use ridiculous conspiracy theories as inspiration for his comedy, the only time he's ever commented on NASA Jim, at least that I could find, was in an October 2025 episode of his podcast when a viewer directly asks him about it.
NASA Jim, never heard of him.
Considering Duncan Trussell has frequently mocked this subset of society, I feel like it is believable they set up this NASA Jim project with the intention of having a run-of-the-mill conspiracy channel. One that got more and more absurd with each upload, which inadvertently resulted in a pretty early and interesting work of internet horror fiction. This next mystery comes from the same era of YouTube, but it's much harder to merely write off as a work of fiction. Sometimes when you load your YouTube homepage, you'll get these weird old videos in your recommendations that don't quite fit in with the others. You know what I mean. These old short clips that might have a vaguely interesting title
seen
or
a couple of
thumbnail,
those pop
you
up in
click
my
on them and the
recommendeds.
actual content of the video is nothing special, with the
Never
comments being
watched them.
filled with people saying, "Who's here in current year?" I got one of these videos on my YouTube homepage recently, except this one was a little different.
Obscure YouTube
It had the
videos
title,
in current year? It's
My
more
dead
likely than you
great-grandma's
think.
coffin in my own backyard. The video is communicated to the viewer
Oh, I
in
remember that
American
video.
Sign Language, but there are subtitles underneath. The man tells us that behind him, under this blue tarp, is a real casket, one that apparently contains the body of his long-dead great-grandmother. He says the cemetery she was originally buried in was compromised due to corruption, and instead of moving her to a different graveyard, he decided to keep her coffin in his own backyard. We then flash back to 2 years
As
prior,
one does.
which would place us in 2008, considering this upload is from 2010. Again, we hear essentially the same story. This guy is keeping his great-grandmother's casket in his backyard because of the poor upkeep of the cemetery she was originally buried in. He then tells us that he wants to open the coffin up to see what she looks like after years of decay. And
Ew.
well, he definitely delivers on that promise. We get a slow walk around the casket until he finally opens it up.
JK, it's a modified barbecue grill. I'm kidding. I have seen a video like that though, in like meme compilations. Gross.
Inside is the greatly decayed body of a woman dressed in a white gown. The skin is black and taut and almost looks mummified. Her hair is splayed out
Jesus.
wildly beneath her head, which looks to be halfway between a bear skull and a normal living head.
Actually, that
If
that
it's
one
not
was
disturbing
perfect.
enough
Exactly.
already, the
Ew,
narrator
dude.
eventually puts the camera off to the side, bends
No, this right here is the dude, what the fuck?
down, and kisses the decayed
starts
corpse
kissing it.
several times. He ends the video by asking the audience to
dude,
think
what the
positively.
fuck?
There's no other suitable place he can bury his dead great-grandma. It would simply cost too much money. The best place for her right now is in her great-grandson's backyard. This video is definitely something. The vague explanations written in stilted English combined with a very real-looking corpse make for a genuinely disturbing piece of media, which no doubt has led to it accumulating more than 6.5 million views in the 15 years it's been on YouTube. It was uploaded by a channel called DJ Def Joey, and the description asks the viewer to
keep it quiet and be considerately, and let the others think about it. Is that against the law to keep the coffin with the dead body in your own yard?
Well, yeah, actually it is very much against the law to do this in California, where Joey filmed this particular video, which is not the only one that shows off his great-grandmother's corpse. A year prior in 2009, he made another video with a different intro, but showing the exact same footage of the casket, the body, and of course Joey kissing the corpse. A year after the viral 2010 upload, Joey would essentially re-upload the same video for a third time, this one having yet another intro slapped onto it. So we basically get Joey explaining the same story 3 times in a row in this rendition before we're shown the same corpse footage. In 2014, he would upload the footage for a 4th time. In this version though, he would remove all the intros he had accumulated over the years, opting instead to present the raw, unedited corpse kissing footage, which is just under a minute long. On a surface glance, this appears to be the work of a very disturbed person. An eccentric individual whose range of topics he covers on his channel is held by no bounds.
Hello, all vloggers. Should I put my female dog Kibble to sleep? Health issue. How often do you have bowel movement? Is cyberbullying necessary? Beautiful underwater birth. Very graphic.
Most of Joey's videos are him talking in sign language to the camera without subtitles, which makes it a little hard to watch if you don't understand ASL. He does seem to have an interest in the dead though. He has a 3-part series where he explores a supposedly haunted mausoleum, and another one where he explores an abandoned hospital which is also apparently haunted. Neither of these involve any sort of special effects or horror movie props, which brings us to the important question. Is this corpse real? In early 2025, a Redditor would post that exact question to the Ask Funeral Director subreddit. The top comment here provides information that would both support and dissuade the validity of this clip. They say that it is indeed possible that a body could become mummified with the design of that particular casket under the right environmental conditions. But they also say that this coffin is not only in much too good shape to have been buried for several years, but also that the casket very much looks like a modern one that you could buy today. We're not going to find any answers here on Reddit. To get any further insight into this case, we're going to have to dig a little deeper ourselves. If you look hard enough, you'll be able to track down Joey's Facebook, which I'm obviously not going to show you how to find. It's here we learn that Joey once worked for a wax museum molding human body parts. He's also posted about his great-grandmother here as well, but hasn't really given any further insight as to whether or not it's a real body. He's also apparently posted several other pictures of very real corpses to his profile. I don't think I can give a definitive judgment here to say whether or not this is real. I think it is absolutely possible that this could just be a model that Joey made, considering he does have experience making models for a wax museum. And on top of that, I think this likely wouldn't be on YouTube if it actually was a real corpse. Then again, actual funeral home workers and morticians seem to be undecided as to whether or not this is a real dead body. And as far as I can tell, Joey has never posted about making models of human bodies anywhere publicly. You would assume that if he went to the trouble of broadcasting every other detail of his life, that you would see some stuff somewhere about making wax models. He mostly seems to be interested in photography and urban exploration. He also seems to have a fascination with death and corpses in general. If he's posting pictures of other dead bodies, why wouldn't he post a video of his great-grandmother's corpse? I can't say whether or not this is real, but I would love to hear what you guys think. I would also love to hear what you think of this next topic, which happens to be another unsolved mystery. One that's much more recent. The video starts with a view of a bike across the street from some grand neoclassical building. A line of text appears on the screen.
You never know what worse luck your bad luck has saved you from.
This might not make any sense, but things become clear when you read the title of this video.
Biking across 5 countries to evade a felony charge.
Our guy appears to be in Bucharest, judging by the fact that this is a Romanian parliament building. He says he needs to figure out how to exit the city. He shows us his bike, which is packed to the brim. He then goes to a nearby market and stocks up on supplies. After this, he grabs some dinner from a sandwich shop and lets us know that he apparently hasn't eaten for days. He then starts biking around and finds an abandoned building that he can sleep in. The next morning, he sets off early and finally leaves Bucharest, with the busy city streets slowly transforming into countryside. He stops for a minute to hang out with some locals outside a village shop while having a snack and a drink, and then sets back out. But the sun starts to hang low in the sky, and he once again needs to find somewhere to spend the night. He also tells us that the heat is becoming unbearable, and water is becoming increasingly difficult to come across the further he gets out into the country. He considers staying at a hostel, but deems it too risky, and opts instead to set up camp beside a small swamp next to the main road. Thus marks the end of the second day on the run, and the end of the first video on this channel, which is called Cryptlease. The second video will come out a month later, and it would document day 3.
That is true. Lucky evaporates when you lean on it. This is the cheapest I could buy to take the Tarzan 6. Well, very rough sleep last night. Wild dogs kept me up all night sniffing at my tent.
Our man packs up and gets back on the road. He comes across a town and decides to stock back up on supplies. We then skip ahead a few hours and our convict is becoming delirious with the overbearing heat, but is planning to cool off in a nearby lake. Once he gets to it though, he decides the water is too dirty to take a dip, so he trudges on. His lack of drinking water is becoming more of a problem as time goes on. Opportunities to refill his stocks are few and far between, and he can only carry so much on his bike. He gets to another town and is able to finally refill his water, but now he has to be concerned about being recognized by the police. He eats a fast dinner and once again looks for a camping spot outside town, which ends up being in a secluded field by a river, where he's finally able to wash himself and cool off before going to sleep and ending the video. This is the last activity on this channel. There's been no updates for the last 3 months now. Both of these uploads flew well under the radar, with only the first one cracking over 1,000 views. Outside the videos themselves, there's basically no information about this situation anywhere on the internet. You really feel like you're stumbling onto a truly unseen mystery when you watch this channel for the first time. It makes you wonder, what happened to this guy? Did he get caught by the authorities? Did he decide that uploading his movements publicly to the internet was a bad idea? Was this whole thing a hoax? I'm not sure we're ever going to find out, unless we get some sort of update straight from the source. But I also think this being left as an incredibly obscure unsolved mystery is also kinda neat. When it comes to mysteries on YouTube, there's 2 different categories. The first being videos and channels that are unexplainable in some way, mysteries that focus around the content itself. Everything we've talked about so far today fits into that category. But now we're going to switch over to the second one, mysteries that revolve around the platform of YouTube, glitches in the recommendation system and the algorithm. YouTube functions almost solely on these huge automated systems, and sometimes they fail to work in the right way, exposing content to viewers in unnatural ways. I covered this at length in a video I did last year. The YouTube algorithm is a very complicated system relying on neural networks that tries to predict what sort of content a viewer is most likely to enjoy. It uses many different pieces of data to figure that out, like the previous videos you clicked on and how long you watched each one for. The algorithm generally works very well, but just like in any giant automated system, sometimes there's glitches. The most famous of these anomalies was the full stop punctuation incident that occurred a few years ago. When typing in a period character and nothing else into the search bar, users would only be shown videos with the title, full stop punctuation. These uploads all had massive amounts of views and often depicted disturbing content. After word began to spread around about this, users would intentionally start uploading their own videos with the full stop punctuation.
That is from Weird Science near the end where... Who the hell's calling me? Oh, just 1 second, guys. It's my mom. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. My mom was calling me. All right, back to it. Oh yeah, I was saying that, hello, can you not see my cursor? Ugh. Anyways, the picture in the middle there is from Weird Science. That's near the end where, she turns his brother into a gross, nasty toad-looking monster as a punishment.
Punctuation title, trying to cash in on the algorithm failure, and in the process, creating an unnatural niche on YouTube that only came about because of a glitch. While we already went over many prominent examples in my video on the topic, we didn't talk about everything. There have been some other algorithm anomalies that have occurred in the last year, some of which are much stranger than anything I covered in my original video. Let me introduce you to Jim Prkanik. In his 9 years on YouTube, he's only put out a single video, but also somehow has more than 40,000 subscribers. That's a little weird, he doesn't even have a profile picture. How did he get such a large audience? In the olden days of YouTube, this might not be terribly unusual. There are many borderline anonymous accounts that would just upload a famous song or an SNL skit to their channel, which would get like 1 million views and subsequently earn them a few thousand subscribers despite not having any original content. This is not the case with Jim Prkanik, and his video didn't get 1 million views, it didn't get 10 million views either. No, it got 166 million views. This must be a really interesting and iconic original piece of content to garner such a massive amount of attention, right? Well, let's take a look for ourselves.
Let's find out.
I didn't mute this, it's completely silent. In this clip, we can see an animated tree sprouting from the ground and blossoming. It might look like AI, but it's not considering this was uploaded in 2016. After the tree is fully grown, it sways a bit in the wind and then the clip ends, after a whopping 20-second runtime. This upload is titled, Video Background Tree Glowing at Sunrise Object in the Middle, credit card number, HD 1080 video. There's no description, and once again, it somehow has 166 million views. Maybe we can learn a bit more from the comments section. The top one asks if other users all followed the random ad. The next comment also mentions that they got here because of an ad, and the next one as well. This only brings up more questions. Why would anybody spend money to advertise this? There's no product being pushed or any call to action. It's just a 20-second animation of a tree with no further context or information. According to this article, which outlines how much YouTube ads cost, reaching 100,000 views solely via ads would cost between $1,000 and $3,000. That means if all these views came from YouTube ad spots, somebody must have spent between $1.6 and $5 million to accumulate these views, all for an ad that leads nowhere. This doesn't make any sense. There must be more to this. To make this situation even weirder, most of these views seem to be very recent. There's a post on the Internet Mystery subreddit from 4 months ago that discusses this video, and in the screenshot OP provides for us, the video only has 40 million views, which means it got 120 million just in the last few months. A common theory in this thread is that this clip could be being used as a stock video for some purpose, like a background for a website or a demo video being played on TVs in a store. It's not a bad explanation, but it's likely not true. If we check Jim Prkanik's Social Blade, we can further narrow down almost all these views to a single week. It would be highly improbable to accumulate such a ludicrously large amount of views so quickly by merely having TVs and Best Buy playing this low quality video on loop. Maybe we can learn something by looking more into the person who put this video up in the first place. If we search Jim Prkanik on Google, we'll find a LinkedIn profile with the same name, which describes him as an entrepreneurial executive who's founded several organizations that revolve around solving environmental problems. If we explore the websites for these companies Jim is involved with, you'll quickly notice a common trend: photos and videos of nature. While I can't find the exact tree video anywhere, there's still a lot of very similar looking imagery plastered all over these websites.
Prince, please, son, you're stepping all over my stuff.
It wouldn't be terribly far-fetched to assume that this is the same Jim Prkanik who owns the YouTube channel. If we do an image back search on a frame from the tree video, we can learn that it's actually a stock video distributed by Adobe. We can find many instances of it being used elsewhere on the internet, like in this Panasonic TV ad and also this green tax tracker page on EY's website. So this is what we can surmise so far. Jim, a serial entrepreneur involved primarily in environmental organizations, uploaded a stock video to his channel in 2016. Not much
There
happened
goes
with it
the
until
thunder
September
again
29th,
outside.
2025, when it suddenly got 160 million views in 1 week. After that, the views stopped. Many people report being served this video as a blank ad that had no call to action, but we don't know for sure if that's where all the views came from. In my mind, there are 3 possibilities that could explain this. The first being that Jim really did spend upwards of $1 million in 1 week to advertise this random stock video. I have no clue why he or anyone else would do that. Maybe it was some last-ditch effort to use up any remaining advertising funds to avoid having a surplus at the end of a fiscal year, but why not at least put in a link or even just a title to explain to the viewer what's being advertised? The second possibility is that these views were botted. Again, I would have no idea the purpose of wanting to have bots watch a video so many times, but it still is a possibility. It would also explain why there are less than 2,000 comments on a video with more than 100 million views, but that could also be explained by the third theory, which is that this video could have been embedded in a very high traffic spot somewhere on the internet. For April Fool's Day 2024, Discord jokingly announced a loot box feature. They would advertise it via an embedded video that would autoplay in the Discord app whenever a user opened it. The short clip was in reality being served on YouTube though, with literally every single Discord user watching this video multiple times when opening the app that day. The YouTube upload ended up getting more than 1 billion views in just 24 hours. It is possible that this video was embedded to some page in a similar fashion, but you would expect there to be some history of that recorded somewhere if this really was such a high traffic area of the internet. 166 million views in 1 week is a significant amount, yet there's no evidence that this video was actually embedded anywhere. As such, I'm leaning towards my first theory as being the most plausible in my mind. Charitable organizations often need to report a certain level of expenses to be able to earn the financial grants they rely on. It's possible one of these environmental organizations were nearing the end of their fiscal year and they needed to dump some money somewhere in order to be able to report the appropriate level of spending to get a certain grant. It's a very odd way to go about that, but that's the explanation that makes the most sense to me. It is still just a theory though. We can't say for sure how or why this specific video got so many views. Maybe it really was all due to some bizarre glitch in the YouTube algorithm, one that served up a 20-second clip of a tree growing in a field to more than 100 million people in just under a week. It's highly unlikely, but still possible. Not every glitch on YouTube centers around the algorithm. Some videos just have something inherently wrong with them, and they end up breaking the platform in some manner. There's actually people who sign up for YouTube specifically with the intention to break it. The glitches these YouTubers take advantage of often end up getting patched pretty quickly, but before that happens, it can be a little strange to see a massive multi-billion-dollar website like YouTube being put in a vulnerable position. Our next channel happens to be one that found a fairly large bug in the machine. If you've been on YouTube at all in the last couple weeks, you may have gotten a very strange video in your recommended feed. It's one that doesn't have a thumbnail or a title, and it happens to be very long. How long, you might ask? 1.2 million hours, or in other words, 145 years. The video only shows a black screen and nothing else for its entire runtime, and in fact, the YouTube player itself seemingly can't support scrubbing through the whole video. It can only do a maximum of 12 hours. The description is just a bunch of nonsense characters, at least on the surface. According to this commenter, it's apparently written and intentionally broken UTF-8 to CB1252 encoding. When decoded, we get back an Arabic phrase. When translated to English, it reads,
"Come meet me in hell."
This video has gotten a lot of views, almost 2.4 million. The channel it belongs to also has more than 130,000 subscribers, an immense amount considering they've only put up 3 videos. Many of these subs seem to be incredibly recent too. According to this Reddit comment, they had less than 100,000 subs just 15 hours ago, which means he's getting 2,000 subscribers an hour. The comments on this video don't really provide a whole lot of insight into this. Most people are just saying how they got this absurdly long video presented to them in their recommended feed. Maybe checking out the channel might fill in the blanks here. Speaking of blanks, there actually isn't any channel name at all. We have to click on the profile picture to get to this guy's page. Once we get there, we can find out a little more info by clicking on the channel description. While the display name is blank, this guy's user ID is ShinyWR. And according to YouTube, he's apparently based in North Korea. Oddly enough, he has an Internet Archive link here, which is titled Billion Hours. I can't actually get this to load anything on the Wayback Machine, but the URL does appear to be live. It's a YouTube playlist called 5 Trillion Hours in One Playlist. He's not kidding, there appears to be
What in the
5,000 blank
world?
videos in this playlist that are each 1 billion hours long. None
What
of them
is the
have any
point?
views. While it may initially seem like these are all separate uploads, they actually just seem to be duplicate listings of the same video. When clicking on any of them, you're brought to a waiting page for a video premiere. It says it's scheduled to start January 10th, despite it being the 12th when I'm writing and recording this. There's a fairly active live chat and comment section, with more than 1,000 people currently sitting on this page with me. If we go back to Shiny's channel page, we can trace his progress of breaking YouTube. His first upload was put up 2 months ago, and it's a blank 300-hour long video. Shiny has also presumably uploaded the world's longest YouTube short, which is a whopping 150 hours long. I don't think there's too much of a
Then
mystery
it's not a
here.
short.
I don't
How
know
does
how
it
this guy
qualify
managed
as
to
a short
upload
then?
such stupidly long videos to YouTube. Maybe he just used some broken video codec that YouTube doesn't fully support, which caused the platform to completely glitch out. I also think the intention here is purely just to do a little trolling, but I am curious how this has
Oh,
gotten
yeah,
so much
definitely.
attention. His most recent video got more than 2 million views in a week. That's an absurd amount for a brand new channel. Obviously, many people would click on a 1 million hour long video just out of curiosity, but if the user
Yeah.
clicks on a video and then doesn't watch it, the algorithm is supposed to register that video as clickbait. I almost wonder if the broken metrics of this video
Oh, I
have
didn't
also
know
caused
that.
the algorithm to break in some way as well. In any event, I think this is definitely the biggest glitch I think I've ever come across in my 20 years using this platform, and I wonder how much longer it'll survive for.
Dude, you've been
It
on
is
here
kind
for
of
20
interesting to
years.
see a video getting
You've been
so
on
many
here for
views
the
because of
whole
the
20
clickbaity
years.
concept in 2026. Clickbait used to be a big problem on YouTube, but over the years, the algorithm has been tweaked to be able to detect when a video doesn't deliver on the promise that its thumbnail makes. And on top of that, the age of generative AI has made people more inherently skeptical towards overly fantastical images that look too good to be true. It wasn't always like this though. There was a time on YouTube when a large selection of the most viewed videos on the platform had outlandish looking thumbnails that would just simply look ridiculous today. Many of these
Yeah.
uploads have tens of millions of views despite proudly displaying thumbnails that have nothing to do with the actual content of the video. For our last topic, we're going to investigate the origins of some of these wild, esoteric looking thumbnails from this bygone era of YouTube. When you think clickbait, a couple concepts probably come to your mind. Maybe it's the whole "I called X character at 3 AM" or "epic prank gone wrong." There have been creators like Morgs who have built their entire career solely off the backs of their cheap clickbait. Like I said, this is luckily not so much of a problem nowadays with how the YouTube algorithm now rewards watch time, meaning for a video to be successful, it should theoretically have people clicking on the thumbnail and then actually watching the video. If you just click on the video and don't watch it, YouTube will deem that upload as clickbait and it'll get less exposure. I don't really want to talk about the sort of poorly constructed, bright and highly edited clickbait thumbnails you would see on a channel like Morgs. No, there's a different style that comes to my mind when I think of interesting clickbait from 2010's YouTube. Top 10 channels are just something you don't really see much
Top
nowadays.
10 channels.
They've been replaced, well, by YouTubers like me. What I do is not really that different than what WatchMojo was doing in the 2010s. We both make videos that compile several different topics together that are united by a common theme. In fact, many other channels in my niche will actually display the number of topics they cover in their video title, meaning the only difference between them and a top 10 channel is the lack of the word top in the title. Another commonality between my niche and top 10 or top 5 channels is the thumbnail style. I and many other creators like me will often pick an interesting frame of the video to use as a thumbnail, often without much editing, relying mainly on the mysterious or bizarre look of the scene to entice viewers to click on it. Top 10 and top 5 channels did something similar, but not quite the same. Instead of choosing a frame from the video, they would just use an image that looks like it could be related to the title, but never actually appears in the video and doesn't really relate to the content in any meaningful way. Without having the restriction of keeping the thumbnail related to the video's content, top 10 channels could run wild with their thumbnails, and they absolutely did. One example I distinctly remember from this era is this one. 10 kids you won't believe actually exist. And the cover for the video shows us a digicam looking photo of a little girl that appears to be half snake and half human. The thumbnail photo actually does appear in the video, which was uploaded by a channel called Top 5 Best, and is currently sitting at a cozy 9 million views, but the image isn't actually talked about at all in the video, only being
That's, she's got that, what do you call it? I can't remember the actual name of it, but it's like the scientific name of it, but the simpler name is like mermaid syndrome, where you're born with your legs fused together.
being used as a cheap visual aid when the narrator is talking about how children born with Cyrinomyelia are sometimes compared to
There it
snakes.
is.
So where does the thumbnail actually come from then? Turns out it's a viral photo from Thailand that made the rounds in 2014. The girl's name is supposedly Miley Faye, and she was apparently diagnosed with something called Jing-Jing's disease, which caused her DNA to mix with a snake's. Obviously, this is just a hoax, but that
Brother,
didn't stop
what?
it from being shared on Facebook 125,000 times. Another memorable thumbnail is this one, Top 5 Shark Attack Beaches, a video which would apparently be uploaded twice by a channel called World's Biggest, with both versions garnering
There's
an
the
insane
thumbnail to
amount of
this
views.
video.
The thumbnail photo depicts a shark leaping out of the water
Good
and
job,
attacking
Cat.
a man on the beach behind an unaware woman, who appears to be the subject of the photo. The older version of the video doesn't contain the thumbnail photo at all, but the more recent one does. The video describes this as a scene that took place in New South Wales in Australia, but doesn't offer any further insight into the specific incident. The narrator only talks about general Australian shark attack facts. When you see the photo closer up, its Dr. Nature becomes much more apparent. This is clearly just a shark that's been slapped into this picture using Photoshop. The origin of this image is actually much more hazy. The earliest upload I could find of this on the live internet is this version from 2008, which comes from a French blog, which mostly served to post interesting images from all over the internet, so I wouldn't assume that this is the origin of the photo. According to Tainai, there's apparently one older version out there, but it's on a page that doesn't exist anymore and was never archived. The bottle of water the girl is holding in this photo is made by Zephyr Hills, a water brand that almost exclusively sells in Florida, which means that's likely where this picture was originally taken. That's about all we can learn about this photo though. I'm guessing this was likely made in the early days of the internet, and that's why it's so hard to track down. Not all these top 10 channels would just merely take an existing viral image though. Sometimes they put a little more effort into it. Like in Top 5 Scariest Things Caught on GoPro Camera, an 8-year-old video originally put up by the channel Nuke's Top 5, which has garnered an insane 16 million views. The photo shows a man running away from an oncoming train. It's definitely eye-catching, but does it actually relate to the content of the video? Well, in this case, it does. Sort of. The picture relates to a section of the video that goes over a clip showing a couple guys running away from an oncoming train.
Run! Run!
Oh shit, that's scary. That's
It's
fucking
definitely
scary.
an interesting video, but you'll notice that the thumbnail visual doesn't actually appear anywhere. That's because the channel did a pretty creative Photoshop job to make this thumbnail.
Yeah.
They took one of the guys' faces, a clear frame showing the tunnel they were running out of, and put a train in the background, creating a thumbnail that actually does completely represent what happens in the video. I was expecting this to be clickbait with how clean the image is, but you gotta give it to Nuke's Top 5, they were at least honest with this one. Our last thumbnail is not quite as honest though. It shows a man jumping into what looks like a bottomless metal hole,
I
with
think
the
I've
title
seen
being
that.
10 Craziest Records of All Time. This was put up by a channel known as Trend Central, and it's gotten a crazy 23 million views, making it the highest viewed upload in this section. I wonder if the video is going to tell us a story behind this interesting thumbnail. It doesn't. In fact, the thumbnail image doesn't show up anywhere in the video and isn't mentioned at all, which I guess is what led to all these commenters complaining. But not to worry, we're gonna get to the bottom of it ourselves. The image shows a glory hole spillway that's a part of the Gibson Dam in Montana. Specifically, the image is a frame taken from this 2017 video. The thumbnail for this video is the exact same image that appears in the clickbait thumbnail, minus the guy jumping who was obviously just photoshopped in. According to Tainai, the earliest version with the guy jumping came from only a month before the Trend Central video was uploaded, so I'm guessing it was just some recent photoshopped image that was making the rounds at the time. I think that's about it for today, guys. I know this was a long one, so thank you so much for making it all the way to the end. If you're still here, maybe consider subscribing, so YouTube will show you more videos like this one. If you want to keep up with me off YouTube, I've also got a Twitter that'll link below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great night.
I like that video. Dang, about 2 hours. I think I want to play a bit of a game now, so yeah. Let me get I think Resident Evil 7. Try to play some of that. Let me yeah. Let me get that set up.
He's pulling his cock out!
Ah! Hey, Elwie, what's up? Let's get
Of course!
choose game. RE7. Alright. Let's launch this game. Waiting on it to load. Okay, what the hell? I told you to play. Why aren't you playing? Okay, whatever. I thought you were playing. Running. Oh, I need my controller. It's on the floor. Hang on. And my phone's on the floor too, because a cat knocked it down. Ugh! Alright, hang on. Oh. Think maybe that'll work? Let's see here. Oh yeah, I gotta change the title of our stream too. Hang on. Edit the title real quick. Or not, maybe not the title, but we'll change our category to the game. There we go. There. Change that. Alright. Hello, game. Well. Oh, hang on. No, wait, why'd you go back to that? Yes, use that. Oh, wait a minute. I think I like that one. I'm just waiting for the game to respond. It's loading because I keep changing the resolution. Yes, use this resolution. That one will work. Really, 70 is as low as I can go on the field of vision. Yeah, motion blur, turn that shit off. Lens flare, turn that shit off. No, wait, not that one. All right. Night. Oh, no, not you. Minimize, thank you. It's not the application I wanted. In mine. Green screen. There we go. In light. That one will do. I can see through the view. It's another light. Alright. It's cozy. Looks like it's me. Closer to the source. Okay, I think that fits. My pain, mirror yours. Isn't that Biohazard for me? Yeah, it is. They just call it Biohazard 7. I don't know. Alright. Okay, we got that done. I gotta go piss real quick. So hang tight just a sec, I'll be right back. Ah! Back. Okay. Get my chair rolled back up in position. Alrighty, are we ready to play some more Resident Evil 7? Roy, let's do this! Oh yeah, we were on the ship. I think we just got through recording that message for Ethan. That's where we left off. I'm drinking Starbucks Cafe Mocha, like the jugs of the pre-made coffees you can get. Yeah, drinking some of that. Hello. This thing's taking a minute to load. Oh yeah, I could do that. Oh, there it is. Hang on. I need to add. There we go. Okay. So we got the chat overlay. All right. I'm ready. Let's do this. All right. Hang on, my oops, no, not that. There we go. I thought it looked unnaturally bright. Chem fluid. Alrighty. Oh, my hands are bloody. Okay, there's map. Okay, yeah, I'm going the right way. I believe. Contents have been taken. Excuse me. Toxin. Any subject is biodel. Yeah. Only sale of assets. Must first be before do this. Placing a sample into the Nexen container. Alright. Oh, can I go in here? Okay. Okay, I think this is where we recorded our message. Chem fluid. It looks broken. Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's what we recorded with, was that laptop. Okay, I don't have anything to open that with. Or that. Alright, let's go down here. Damn it. Up the ladder. Long ladder. What? Alrighty.
Maybe it still works.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Ethan.
Ethan! What are you doing there?
Okay. Bottom level.
And according to his little...
Stop it, Evelyn!
Let go of me, you little shit! Oh god. I got marks on my hand.
Where is she?
Oh, wait. A remote bomb! Oh. Why are my hands doing that? Sorry. Well, that's scary. That's kind of triggering my megalophobia. That's where I came in, right? Was over there. Anything else over here? No. Herb. I should probably, yeah. There we go. Well, shit, I could have made more gun bullets. Frick. There's another one. Well, let me look over here first. The captain's cabin. Damn it. Need a key or something. Oh, what's this? A lug wrench. Alright. A new map. Or a new piece of the map. Yeah, I didn't think so. Look, don't ask me why I tried that, okay? Wait, we were just here, weren't we? Yeah. Oh, wait, what's down here? Is that another bomb? It is. Oh, I can't get down there. Just a minute. Gonna, just because I can't directly see my chat, I'll turn the speech chat thing on. Just try not to spam anything. All right. Oh, that's quite a drop this time. Oof. All right. Wait, leg wrench? Yeah! Can I go? Yes, here we go. The hell is that noise? Missing a cable. Missing a fuse. Oh! Climb up or climb up? Wait, where's my gun? No, I didn't mean to do that! Shit! Where the hell's my gun? Do I not have a gun? I don't have a gun! Oh, shit! Oh, shit. Can't go. Can't go. "16 years since Raccoon City. Get away from me. I don't have a weapon." Well, there was something in that microwave, but I can't look. Oh my god. Don't touch me. Ugh. You're weird. You're gross and weird. Don't touch me. Did I get him? I think I got him. Oh, a knife! Okay, good. I can stab him at least. Just gonna sneak by you here, buddy. What's in here? Chem fluid! There we go. So when I get a gun... What's this? Ah, gunpowder. Okay. I was here before. I need a pick. I'm gonna go down. Gross. Oh god. Ugh, poor bastard. Yes! I found the gun, the gun, the gun. Oh yes, I found the gun. Let me go ahead and save. Nothing.
This is Last of Us but just with zombies instead of clickers.
I've actually never played The Last of Us. I've seen clips of it, though. But it's kind of, yeah, I can see the resemblance. A fuse! I found a fuse! Wait. Let me put it back in real quick. And let me open the door. And then when I'm done, I'll take it back. Locked from the other side, of course it is. Did I just hear something open the door?
Goth, what is that voice saying my message?
It's a text-to-speech voice. I changed it. Okay, so we're back in this room. Oh, I can open that other hatch. Wait. Damn it. Hold on. Wait, no! Wrong one! Well, let me go ahead now that I've got a gun. Let me go ahead and pop this sucker. Where's he at? Oh, he's not here anymore. You know what? I don't think I need to go through all of here. Yeah.
Did you know Ethan's middle name was Michael?
Is it? Interesting. Oh, there's a note here. Cable is completely fried. We had a replacement. Well, we use it to fix something in the 3F sick bay. Gonna have to ask Dr. Waddell for it. I'm gonna need... Wait, I'm needed down in the number 2 engine room, but I can't get down there unless we get this thing right. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and get that fusée.
You learned that after the end of Resident Evil Village in the Rose DLC.
Oh, I haven't played the Rose DLC yet. I'm working my way up to it. Gotcha. Alright, where's that? This thing. I need you. General purpose fuse.
I got to say I hate the castle part in Resident Evil Village.
What? That's one of the best parts. That's where mommy is. Ah!
You know, with the mask that party.
Well, shit. The what? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Gotcha.
When you have to found all the mask of the angels, that part I mean.
Oh, yeah. That does get a little annoying, like, trying to find all of them. who the shit? Little bastard. Oh, I need more chem fluid so I can make more bullets. Dear Janet, hey, how's it going? I guess half a year or so will have passed by the time you get this letter. Life is so boring here, day after day. It's the same old sea. Although there is one thing that's different. The time we have some passengers... This time we have some passengers sailing with us, which hardly ever happens. Like a couple... It's a couple with a little girl. I think they're distant relatives of the captain. Imagine traveling on a tanker instead of a passenger ship. They must be hard up. I tried talking to the little girl later. Her dad shot me this nasty look. What's he so worried about? Now that I think about it, the captain said he didn't even have any relatives. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I miss you. Love, Jim.
I can only find like one, but I don't where all the masks are.
Okay, what is the point of looking at this thing? Hunting life. Oh. Well, just look up a tutorial if you're lost. It's too late for us, but at least I can let the world know what happened here. I was on night shift yesterday, so I was taking a nap in the bunk room around noon. I was half asleep and I heard a kid, little girl, laughing. Or was that all in my head? I woke up at 19:30. There was some sort of ruckus in the passageway. Drew, one of the engineers, came in and said there was something going down below, maybe a riot. He looked pale in the face. He told me he was going down to check it out, but he never came back. Must have been around 1950 when I heard the scream. I went to the laundry room to check and saw Clark being eaten by some kind of blackish monster. That monster turned and started coming towards me. Huge shark-like teeth snapping in its jaw. I just screamed like a little girl and ran for it. Now I'm huddled up in the bunk room shaking as I write this. There's a whole host of those creatures lurking in the passageways now. I can still hear screams now and then, but there's no way I'm going out there now. And that's it. I've written everything I know. Giovanni Finetti.
Can you open that door in the jail after you see that lady closing the door?
Well, you have to be more specific. Okay, this is where I came from. Oh.
After you kill her daughter and you are in the blood water and you found a way out and you see her closing the door.
I mean, I think so. Like I said, just look. Well, I need this again. I am kind of doing a playthrough. So, you can wait and see till then if you want. I guess we're done here, so we'll go back up and see if I can put this fuse in. Shit, I still need a cable. F. We need to go up to 3F. Oh. we read this one already, so yeah. Well, corrosive. I can open that door now. Hang on. I don't think I need to do anything. Oh, hey, cool. I think the door was over here. Yeah. I'm getting a few of these. Oh! Captain's cabin locker. Good. Strong chem fluid. Hehe. Where was Captain Room? Shit. Oh! Is that it? Yeah, I guess so. Was that growing out of the couch? Huh? Oh, a poozle. I don't know. Don't I get like a guide? Oh! Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Haha! Ooh, more corrosive shit. Nice. Corrosive fluid. Oh, my cat, so it's making noise. Okay, back up here. Oh, hi. I guess I can't go in there. Oh man. Okay. Thank you. Nothing. Nothing? Oh, thanks. Hey! Excuse me? I was just about to say, hey, wires! Cables! Can I borrow you? What the fuck? What is that? Oh, it's a big one! Ow! Ew, 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 ew! Oh, did I get him? Ah! Hey! Alright. Switch back over to my regular ammo. Where was I? Oh yeah, let me make me some more, there. Goop juice. Power cable! Oh my god, hold on, my earbuds are... I need to switch earbuds. One's dying. I was about to say, better not be 20%. Alright. Okay. Well, let me go through there. Guess I just go back. Damn it. Worth a try. Oh, backtracking. Oh. Alright. Where was that? Oh. Gotcha. Okay, this is 3F. Oof. All right. There we go. That's where I needed. Oh! Oh, 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 oh. Ow! Bastard. Well, shit. Yeah, that's where I need to go, right there. What are you? Haha, machine gun. You wanna help me test it out? Thank you for volunteering. Alright. Alright. Have cable. Go to bottom level. Okay. I don't guess I need to put anything away. Yeah. I'm gonna assume that's it, because that's on the bottom. Alright.
He's waiting.
Huh? Get out of my head, you little shit! Something tells me I can't shoot through the grate. Oh, hi. I sense some kind of boss fight coming up because I'm getting ammo now. And more of these explosives. Oh, hi. I'm over here, dummy. What are you leaping at? There we go. Health items would be nice too, you know. Just saying. Oh, it's a barfing one. Ugh. Let me get this one. Watch out, he's gonna barf. He's gonna puke. Run from the barf. Run from the barf. Bang bang. Run from the barf. Bang bang. Bang bang. Bang 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 bang. Oh shit, he's coming down the stairs. Bang bang. Oh, he's gonna barf. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. Run from the barf. Ah, there we go. We got him. Oh, watch out. He's going to blow up. Ready. Can I still hit this? Okay, good. Uh-oh. Was she moaning like that because I'm kind of hurt? I don't know why I like the sound that makes. An antique coin? What am I gonna do with that here? Wait, Evelyn, I'm not ready for you yet. Let me check this door. Oh, more remote bombs. Alright, now we can go. Hang on. Right with you. Alright.
I need to do something.
Excuse me. I'm trying to get my husband. Could you get out my way?
Ethan.
Ethan.
Hello? Oh, hi, Jack.
I know. I'm not gonna hurt you. Hell, I never would have if I could have helped it.
What do you mean?
I'm no killer, son. Neither is Marguerite, nor my boy Lucas.
I don't know about that.
Even Zoe here. That girl, Evelyn. She did this.
What the hell is she? No, what did she do to you?
She infected us with her gift. That's what she calls it. I found her near a busted out tanker in the bayou. Everything changed after that.
So she infects you and then she takes control?
No. Not exactly, son. She just... She forces her way into your mind, your soul. You can't fight back. You are connected to her, and you can't resist the urge to... Oh, you're a different person after that.
Just like Mia. So Mia sent me that message because of Evelyn.
Listen, the girl just wants a family of her own. She's the key, all right? You find her, and you stop her. Ethan, free my family. Please.
That's so sad.
Evelyn, stay away from him.
Why?
You got it.
I love you.
You got it,
I can make him love you.
Mr. Baker.
Don't hurt him.
Silly, I
Huh?
told you I'm not gonna hurt her.
Don't you dare.
So what? You're not my mom. Remember?
Listen here, you little shit. Oh. Mia! Oh, please get me out of this crap.
Mia, how?
There's no time. You have to get out of here and find her. Here, take this.
What?
Wait.
Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Saving your life. You need to go. I won't be able to resist for much longer.
No.
Wait, didn't I cure you? What are you talking about?
Mia! No!
I gave her the cure.
Okay, you little bitch. Where the fuck are you?
Oh, here we go. No, it ain't. Oh, it says it right there. It's all your fault. Okay, I thought she was whispering to me. Huh? Into the depths. I just got an achievement. Was that it? I just go down these stairs? Look at all the dead fish. Oh, you know it smells god-awful. Ew. Oh, bleh. Oh. Rank. Hello? Oh, ew, why is it getting deeper? Gross. Oh god, that's... Ugh. I can practically smell it through my screen. I know what that smells like. Dead fish with the dirty water. February 18th, 1892, there was a collapse in the Patterson mine. Tuan and Begford are dead, and Huxley will never walk on his own again. Oh no. Old man Stan was right. The ground there is too unstable. Ugh. February 19th, the company's not going to send us any replacements. They want us to work double shifts instead. I can't wait to get back to the old country. The son of a shepherd will not take this lying down! Damn, so this place is old. Are they watching us from that helicopter? Hello?
Alpha 1, this is Bravo 1. Do you read?
This is Alpha 1. Report. Did you find anything?
A thorough search of the Baker property revealed 0 survivors. Repeat, 0 survivors. We did find evidence of a skirmish.
Evelyn?
Negative. However, we did find several encrypted messages from the Baker's son Lucas to an unknown third party. You can probably guess who that was.
That's just great. We've had reports using the abandoned mine south of the property. I'm gonna go have a look.
Roger that. We'll meet you at those coordinates.
If you encounter Evelyn, orders are shoot to kill. Repeat, shoot to kill.
Think I know who Alpha is. You've taken Mia's things. Okay. Handgun ammo, strong chem fluid, machine gun. I don't think I need corrosive, so. Handgun. Gunpowder. First aids. I itch. Machine gun ammo. Crap, hold on. Can I combine some of this shit? Enhanced. guess that'll be okay for now. Machine gun, shotgun. All right. I do kind of like that you get to have what the other character collected too. Bobblehead. Oh, hi. Really? It won't let me shoot that far off? Got enough chem fluid? Oh! Hi there! Shit! Ugh. I have to go back. Hang on. I wish I could run faster than that. I feel like I'm running through molasses. Oh, there was something down here. Oh, it was another enhanced chem fluid. A big red button. Going down. Oh, a mine. Wonderful. Hang on. Okay. Gotcha. Oh. I almost ran into that one. Wait a minute. Damn it. Oh. Oh! Ow, you son of a bitch. Wait a minute. Oh! What? Okay, yeah, I'm using the right one. Can I... Does that do anything? Nope. Well, that was a waste. Oh no, hold on. So my bomb won't explode it, but this cart full of rocks will. Game logic. Ooh, I almost tripped that. I don't know. I can just roll them up and smoke them. Next time we get to a safe spot, I will close it out. And we'll end the stream. Sent Friday, January 16th, 2015, 12:42 a.m. Thanks to you guys, it's been about a week since my head's been clear and back to normal, and she still thinks she's got me. Why are my hands waving? You guys really need to work on fixing that. Not only does she look like a little kid, but she's about as stupid as one, too. Mom and Dad are still totally under, though. I was wondering, is the whole family obsession something you guys programmed into her? That's kind of fucked up. Sent November 4th at 2:10. That bitch Mia is still somewhere in between Evie La La Land and reality. She gets pretty violent, so I locked her up in a cell. I thought maybe Evelyn would get mad since Mia's her favorite and all, but she doesn't seem to care. She actually goes and visits her sometimes. She thinks Mia's her mommy. Like I said, your bioweapon is fucked up. Since September 1st at 1:10. Oh, 2016. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Evelyn's family obsession is getting out of hand. She's making everyone kidnap more and more assholes off the street to add to her freak show of a family. Maybe she's getting tired of me and not coming around. But it's a pain in the ass for me, because I gotta clean up the mess whenever someone new comes along. By the way, Evie's looking sick or something. Her skin's getting all wrinkly, and she's getting gray hairs. Is that supposed to happen? It's almost like she's getting old all of a sudden. Five minutes after dose of vomiting. Ew. Necrotoxin, E-series dosage test. 10 minutes after dose of death. 12 minutes after dose. Calcification. Target acquired. I'm assuming I put this in there? Oh. Hey, I got another one. E-necrotoxin destroys cells of any subject based on the E-series bioweapon model, used only for disposal of E-series assets. The toxin must first be stimulated before use. Do this by placing a sample of B series cells in a necrotoxin container. This project was instigated in 2000 as one of several concepts for the new... Why are my hands doing that? For the company's NextBus, Next Generation Experimental Battlefield Superiority initiative, working with technical assistance from HCF to develop bioweapon neutralizing combatants en masse with minimal direct contact. NextBus was later folded and all its assets diverted into this project. What makes this project markedly different from conventional weapons is its ability to turn enemy combatants into allies, converting hostile elements into willing servants. Since this effectively eliminates the cost of not only POW handling but also combat itself, it's no wonder we had the and the organization chomping at the bit to get on board. The project would never have existed were it not for the discovery of the remarkably progressed vicariant evolution fungus we commonly term the Mutamycete. Hey, there's a connection to 8. Fabrication method for each bioweapon was to introduce Mutamycete genome to a pre-stage 4 human embryo and perform a cultivation in a controlled environment over a period of 38 to 40 weeks. The resultant organisms were referred to as candidate specimens, graded based on usability from the impractical and faulty Series A through D to the perfected E series. Common appearance was selected for the bioweapons, that of a roughly 10-year-old girl, to ensure ease of blending in with urban and refugee populations. Excuse me. The first E-series specimen, named Evelyn, is proven capable of secreting the Mutamycete from her tissue at will. It is also of note that Evelyn's Mutamycete imposes a profound control over body and mind when introduced into a host organism. We still have a lot to learn about the mechanism by which Evelyn achieves and maintains this control, but the working theory is that the vector is similar to the auto-inducer pheromones used for quorum sensing in Pseudomonas bacteria. Ooh, man, that's a lot to read. Evelyn's control is exerted in a series of discrete stages. The first of which is hallucination. Almost immediately after infection, the subject begins to see images of Evelyn, though she is not in fact there, and even hear her voice, which is inaudible to anyone else. Auditions with infected subjects throughout the stages of infection reveal that at first the phantom Evelyn appears to be a normal young girl, sometimes desiring companionship or assistance. As time progresses, she begins making more and more extreme demands, including self-mutilation and attacks on other people. The psychological shock this induces helps to break down the mind's natural barriers to Evelyn's brainwashing effect, and by the time mental control is achieved, the Mutamycete infection has progressed throughout the body cells, so the body... Okay then. Oh my god, more reading. Evelyn's functions also include the ability to form organisms from mycelia, the fungal filaments. The term organism is used loosely here. Strictly speaking, there are superorganisms formed of countless mycelia. What's important, though, is that they exhibit a strong survival instinct and will defend themselves ferociously with the slightest provocation. Their fungal toughness and remarkable strength give them significant battlefield potential. The researchers have been calling these superorganisms the molded, made of mold, and also molded as in shaped. The name has a certain elegance to it, if you say so. For the treatment of accidental infections, performing samples of Evelyn's body tissue produces a unique fungicidal serum. Administering the serum to an infected subject will cause the mycelia to calcify, but if the subject's cells are already largely invaded, the serum will be fatal. Since the treatment window is so small, the serum's primary use is therefore disposal of infected subjects rather than a cure. In exploring the serum's potential, we found that subjecting it to would enhance its effects to the extreme potency, becoming a compound we call necrotoxin, which in tiny amounts. What's been interesting to observe in Evelyn's behavior is her obsession with the concept of family. In experiments, we found on multiple occasions that infected subjects were compelled to act as her mother or father, treating her as if she was really their daughter. Why did she settle upon family as a theme for her mental control? This is just speculation, but it could be that she instinctively understands that a family unit is better suited to blending into social groups than a lone girl. Also, she's a child. They crave that kind of connection. On the other hand, well, a sentimental sort might suggest she's making up for her perceived lack of love in her quarantined upbringing, a parent's love. Yeah, see? Ah, save point. Good. Oh, wait. There we go. Don't need that. Alright, guys, I'm gonna close it out now. We are going to... Okay, guys. I have to find a smoother way to transition between my scenes anyway. Ooh. Oh, good, stretchy. It's getting late. Thanks, guys, for joining me on this spooky Sunday. I hope to see you again tomorrow. We'll find some other... We'll, watch some funny videos maybe, and then we'll play some other games. So, yeah. Oh, let's see if there's anybody to read. Let's see. Junkie, Pumpkin Potion. Oh, Merc's live. Let's raid Merc. Alright, guys. So, yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll hang out. Hope you guys had fun today. Slash raid. Alright, guys. Yeah. See you tomorrow, guys. Love y'all. Bye.